Yoga is great because it promotes mindfulness and it works on strength and flexibility at the same time. Today, I will guide you through some basic yoga moves and we will focus on alignment. Let's get started. All right, so at the very top of your mat, I love my Lululemon mat, by the way. It makes me feel very grounded and it gives me a lot of support throughout the entire workout. We will start with our toes together, heels slightly apart. Abs are pulled in, roll the shoulders back and down, and this is our standing starting pose, Tadasana. In Tadasana, your abdominals are pulled in, your legs are engaged, and your spine is tall. This pose promotes great posture. And let's take 2 deep breaths here. Exhaling with a sigh. One more deep breath, inhale. Exhale with a sigh. Both arms reach overhead and towards the sky as you inhale. And as you exhale, let's take it to one side, half moon pose. Head and eyes look towards the sky. Now I want you to notice the weight of your body here. The weight should be distributed equally between both feet. Notice if you're shifting the weight to one foot, be sure that you shift it and distribute that weight evenly. Let's come back to center as you inhale, reach towards the sky, and exhale to the opposite direction. Head and eyes towards the sky, and then noticing the weight of your body. Distribute that weight evenly. One more breath here. And then we come to center. Inhale as you reach up towards the sky. Engage the legs, and as you exhale, come to a small back bend. Head and eyes up towards the sky. Release the pose. Come back to center. Hands to heart center. We're coming into Tadasana or chair pose. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, bend the knees. And Tadasana, the weight of your body is towards the heels. You're sticking that buttocks out. Your abdominals pulled in. It looks like this from the side. Abs tight, weight towards the heels. Maybe you can even lift your toes here. And let's hold that for 2 more deep breaths. And this time, take a deep breath, inhale. And as you exhale, let's twist to the right. Maybe you stay right here. As you become more flexible, you can take the pose a little deeper. Head and eyes towards the sky. Inhaling back to center. And as you exhale, let's twist to the opposite direction. Remember, you don't have to take the pose very deep. Wherever you are today is perfect. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, let's lift. Throughout class, never judge yourself. Wherever you are, know that it's just right. We'll take the right foot back. Take a big step back. Bend the front knee. Hands and arms to the front. Shoulders down away from the ears. Lift tall to the spine like you do in Tadasana. And watch that back foot. The toes are in and the heel is out. And that back heel is planted. Your abs are pulled in tight always. Let's take 2 deep breaths. Perfect. And your legs are always engaged. Bring those hands to heart center. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, step it together. Deep breath, inhale. And as you exhale, your left foot steps back. Big step. Bend that front knee. Hands and arms in front. Shoulders down, spine tall. This is Warrior 1. Now in Warrior 1, your legs are active. They are pressing your mat apart. Engage through the legs. Lift tall through the spine. 2 more deep breaths. You're doing great. Perfect. And then hands to heart center. And let's step it together. Back leg steps up to meet the front leg. Coming into Warrior 2. Let's step back with the right foot. Big step. Bend the front knee. And this time your chest and hips are to the side. And head and eyes face front. Front knee bends deeply, but be sure that that front knee is staying over the ankle. You never want the front knee over your toes. Shoulders down, spine is tall. 1 more deep breath. And hands to heart center. Step it together. Deep breath, inhale, and as you exhale, your left foot steps back. So those heels are aligned one in front of the other. Bend that front knee. Remember, those back toes are in, heel is out. Chest and hips to the side. Head and eyes to the front. Activate the legs. Be sure that they are working. They're pressing your mat apart. Good. One more deep breath here. This is warrior two. And now hands to heart center. And let's step it together. We're coming into modified lunge. This requires a little more balance. So if you need a chair near you, know that that's okay too. Take your right foot back. Bend that front knee. But this time your back heel rises and you pivot so that your chest and hips are facing the front. Bend the front knee while you press that back leg straight. Spine tall. And that back hip is pressing forward, so you're feeling a deep stretch in that hip. Your hands can stay in heart center, or you can take them in front, shoulders down. Engage the abdominals and the buttocks, your core, for balance. One more deep breath. Beautiful. Hands to heart center, and we'll step it together. Take a deep breath. Come into this present moment. Notice how you're feeling. And this time, your left foot steps back. Bend the front knee. Lift the back heel. Pivot to the front. Bend. Press your back leg straight. Press that back hip forward. Pull the abdominals tight. Lift tall to the spine. And hands can stay in heart center or to the front. Engage the core for the balance. You're doing great. One more breath here. Perfect. And hands to heart center. Take a deep breath, inhale, and as you exhale, step it together. Nice work. So this time we will wiggle your feet out. Bring the heels together, spine tall. A little bit of balance work here. We'll lift the heels, squeeze the buttocks, find your balance. If you need a chair near you for balance, that's okay. One more breath. And release the pose. Nice work. We'll wiggle the toes to face in and then again to face out. This takes your feet to be shoulder width apart. Spine is tall. Your buttock stays tucked. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, bend those knees. Press the knees open, working those inner and outer thighs here. Abs are tight. Your hands can stay right here, or you may take those hands overhead and then bring the elbows way back. Spine tall. This is goddess pose. Let's take two more deep breaths here. Great. Press with the heels as you lift, squeeze your buttocks, bring those hands to heart center, staying mindful the entire time. We're going to take this pose a little deeper. This is called deep yoga squat. Remember, go only as far as you feel comfortable. It gets easier every time you do this. Take a deep breath, inhale. And as you exhale, bend the knees. Spine is tall. And then maybe you hinge forward. And if you can, bring those elbows to the inside of the thighs as you squat and lift. You don't have to come this deep. You may also sit on a couple of blocks to try this. Remember, it's all about you. Everyone's at a different level, starting. And then you can also keep this a little higher. Wherever you are, it's okay. Deep breath. Exhale to lift. Good job. All right, we'll wiggle those feet back together. Coming into Tadasana, toes together, heels slightly apart, abs pulled in. And we'll practice a standing pose here, coming into your tree pose. Shift your weight onto the right foot, lift the left heel. Spine tall, abs tight, arms out to the side. Very important here is to find a focal point, find something to stare at. And then maybe try lifting that foot off the ground. You can keep those toes close by. And maybe if you've been doing this for a little while, you can bring that foot up higher. Keep your eyes on a focal point. And it's also okay to keep those toes near the ground. One more breath. And hands to heart center. Shift your weight onto the opposite side. Lift that right heel. Spine tall, abs tight. Find your focal point. Engage the abdominals, engage the glutes. And then when you're ready, maybe you try lifting. It is optional. You can start with little movements here, or as you gain strength and confidence, you can take that leg higher. Remember, you decide. And one more deep breath. And we'll release the pose, coming back to Tadasana. We'll try forward fold. Both arms reach overhead as you inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to reach with the chest. Your chest is sticking out. Bend the knees as you come closer to the ground. And maybe you use a block here to place those hands on the block. Or if you have more flexibility, take those hands down to the earth. I'll come to the side so you watch the alignment here. Your knees are bent to protect your lower back. Your abs are pulled in. Reaching down onto the mat or onto a block. One more deep breath, letting your head drop and rest. And this time, bring your hands to your shins, chest out, back straight. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the knees, relax the back. Let your head drop. Hands to your shins, chest out, back straight. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees and drop. One more time. Inhale, chest out, back straight, watching that back. And exhale, bend the knees, drop your head, round your back. Take your hands to the side, take a deep breath, and as you exhale, roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time, pressing the feet into your mat. And then roll the shoulders back and down, lift tall through the spine, and you're back to Tadasana, your standing mountain pose. Both arms reach overhead, inhale. As you exhale, we'll end here with a nice back bend. And then lift. Bring those hands to heart center. I am so proud of you for trying this today. If you want to complete your healthy lifestyle, be sure to check my website for my DEWE program. We will detox, eat well, exercise, small, easy movements. It will be easy, I promise you. All right, arms down. And be sure to subscribe to my channel for more yoga and more workouts. Thank you for joining.